Yeah,
And we're back.
And we're
Guys,
back.
Oh, we are talking about Jason
Yes.
X. This is Jason Voorhees times 10. That is the X. X equals 10. Jason Voorhees. This is the 10th film of Jason Voorhees. We are about to go 2v2.
Okay, so
As
normally
said at
when
the
we
beginning-
normally when we do this, we pretty much just take everyone's opinion at face value. But in this case, we thought we'd divide everyone up into teams. So we're going to have an affirmative team and a negative team, and I'm going to sit in the middle and moderate.
Where was this on Grease 2, you motherfucker?
Guys,
Ryan,
why don't we do this really quick? Let's do it. Let's go around. Guys, let's go around the horn. Let's talk about what have you guys been drinking. Let's start with Marcus. What have you been drinking?
I have been drinking. I'm probably gonna butcher it because I've put a lot of these in. Le Fay Blondes. They are delicious. They are pale ales, and they are 6.6%.
Oh,
Nice.
that's cute.
John?
I'm drinking the Voodoo Rangers Imperial IPA. Those are 9% double IPAs. Get at me. I'm fucking wasted.
You guys are going to have some fun. Ryan?
I'm drinking the Green Label. I think that might be just Green Label. It's 4.5%, but that's the beer in Japan that I've enjoyed.
I mean, it's the
most.
perfect drink for 10 in the morning.
Yeah.
4.5 is really strong at 10 in the morning. Dave, what are you drinking?
So early, I love
I'm
this.
drinking 6 Point Mind Control. It is an 8.9% alcohol.
Pussy.
Yeah.
I will say,
I know. I bought it. I bought it down from 9. Oh, damn.
I'm drinking methylated spirits.
100%. Dave is a brilliant editor and engineer. 100%. My favorite Dave is when we do this podcast and he has to edit this after he's been drinking 9% beers, and the next day we listen and we have like. We have like intros, things that were not a
like
part of our
the
podcast.
pre-show
are in there.
countdown.
We're like,
Like,
Dave, the pre-show countdown. It's like Dave, and he's like, "Oh, right," because he was like, I was on my 9% beer when I started editing this. I'm on my 4th different kinds of beer. I had a Lagunitas, which is 6%. I'm in Cape Cod, so I had a Harpoon, which is a Boston beer, at 6%. And now I have Narragansett and Fat Tire, which are 5%.
Double
so
fisting?
I'm easing off.
Jesus.
I mean,
You are using
You're
From
tapering.
Massachusetts,
Tapering
and
down.
His
Cape
girlfriend
Cod.
is in the house.
So we are in.
and Chloe's in the house.
We are in. Was it really that bad? So in the.
We are in. Was it really that bad?
In the interest of that, I'm going to reshuffle everyone because basically
I love this movie. I am in the affirmative. I want to be in the affirmative.
So basically,
I do too.
Well, no, it's sorry, but John and Ryan are in the affirmative. John and Ryan, this is the best movie ever. So normally we buzz everyone for negative comments, but in this case, for this live show, the rules have changed. John and Ryan, if you say anything negative about this film, you'll be buzzed. Jeff and Marcus, if you say anything positive about this film, you'll be buzzed.
I'm so drunk.
Wait, I'm gonna go grab a second beer because I'm gonna fucking need it.
I got my second beer. This film. I'm just gonna. You can buzz me right off the top.
Sure, there you go.
This film is one of the most fun fucking film experiences I've had in a really, really long time.
Yes.
Well, let me get the pitch first. So while Marcus is back already. First things first. This has a 4.4 on IMDb. So that's right. Jason X here has a 4.4 on IMDb, as voted on by your peers. If you wanted to know what the Rotten Tomatoes score is, the Rotten Tomatoes score is not Jason Mraz. Why is Jason Mraz coming up? Jason X Rotten Tomatoes score is
Dude, clear
20.
your search history.
This has a 20% on Rotten Tomatoes. The
Ooh.
pitch: Jason Voorhees returns with a new look, a new machete, and his same murderous attitude as he is awakened on a spaceship in the 25th century. I was trying to figure out how to place this. It's like The Fifth Element meets The Time Machine? I don't even know. They did not try to age these characters at all.
Okay, just before we get started, I just want to bring you into
once.
the what we've gone through here. We've gone through Friday the 13th, Friday the 13th Part 2, Friday the 13th Part 3, Friday the 13th, the final chapter.
That's right.
Then we go into Friday the 13th, A New Beginning, or Friday the 13th, Give Us More Money. And then we go into Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason
That's
Lives. Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood. Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. And they couldn't call it Friday the 13th because of licensing, so they call it Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday. This is the second ending in this franchise.
They still have Fridays.
They then
55.
they then come back with Jason X, then Freddy versus Jason, which technically happens before Jason X, and then Friday the 13th, the reboot.
And I have to say, what a loophole, because you knew Freddy vs. Jason was happening. So let's set this in the future, just so it doesn't mess with the timeline. But just
because we know
like,
Freddy versus Jason is in development hell. So
Also, this movie has an awesome cameo by famous director and horror film expert David Cronenberg.
Yes, it
who
does.
directed The Dead Zone, which John mentioned at the beginning of this movie.
What?
David Cronenberg
David
directed
Cronenberg.
The Dead Zone.
Buzz
like you
David
knew.
Cronenberg for being the fucking man.
I'll buzz us all.
yes.
I'm going to tell you what's funny about this movie, and this is why I'm glad that we chose this, because we were between this and something else. I looked up the director, cinematographer, writer, art director, costume director on all of their
Why did you do
IMDb's.
that?
On all of their IMDb's, Jason X was the first thing mentioned. It was their highlight of their career on
All right,
everybody.
let's get into
Now,
it
to
right
be
now.
fair,
Go ahead.
no,
Sorry,
because
finish your thought.
I secretly love this movie, but I have to pretend to hate this movie. Okay, so the last thing I'll say is it stars Kane Hodder, who for all of our Marcus, do you want to talk about Kane Hodder? Because I wrote down a shit ton of facts about Kane Hodder. He is good friends with Rob Zombie and Kurt Hammett of Metallica. He has kill and exclamation point written on his under lip here. He's been Jason a million times.
He's also Victor Crowley.
It's in his rider that he won't harm an animal, but he has killed 1,000 humans on screen. Anything else? Anything else that you want to say about Kane Hodder before we get into this?
Kane Hodder at cons used to be able to. I don't know if he's still able to, but when you get a photo with Kane, he would actually choke you. And it would choke you for fucking real, man.
How many photos do you have of Kane choking you, Marcus?
So I have a few, but the worst one, the funniest one from my friend.
He has so many. His nickname is officially the Chicken.
Yeah, so basically Kane put his hand around my neck and literally started choking me. And my friend's like, I don't know how to work your camera. I'm like, hit the button.
Work it soon.
You hit the button. It was like one of those push and click ones. And he's fucking with it. And Kane's just like tightening. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, fucking do it. And then finally, and I'm blue in the fucking picture because Kane almost made me bounce out.
Okay, I just need to stop you for a second. We've had a comment pop up here. Who was drinking Narragansett?
That was me.
Okay, you have to go to your room.
Go to your room, Dave. This is the beer they drink in Jaws. Get out of here. They drink Narragansett in Jaws.
You have
Is
to
it
drink.
strong?
You have to drink.
No.
We buzzed you.
God,
It's
Jaws.
The equivalent of go to your room.
I'm drinking Fat Tire right now. Anyway, we have to talk about Jason X, okay? So Jason in space.
All right. Let's begin. This is the Citizen Kane of horror movies for several reasons.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Go
Thank
on.
you. Great team member. Thank you.
What horror movies were missing until Jason X was a shitty sci-fi television show tone. The tone of this film tells you that you're going to laugh and that's okay. That everything's going to be lit brightly and that's how it should be. Mm-hmm. And that Jason is something that you should root for, not be afraid of. That's basically what I took away from this. When the ants replace him with metal body parts by the end of this movie, and he turns into the super shredder of Jason's, I realized this was the movie I have been waiting for this entire week. I watched 2 notorious, infamous horror movies, and little did I know that a team of under 25 PhDs in 2455.
They're very attractive PhD candidates, by the way.
These are the hottest. This is a group.
They're
This
hot.
is a group of scientists on a space expedition. The oldest
Scientists
person
can be
there is
hot.
like 30
That's a
years
thing.
old.
Yeah,
You guys-
Fauci. Ooh.
They're
They're
boating
all, like,
over
12 years
cadavers.
old. I mean, not 12. They're all like 24 years old too. And like the
I mean,
lead
they
actor
are so.
comes Charlton Heston midway through the film.
They're
With
so
no
young.
reasoning.
Where
Wait,
are
I have a question for my My people from I'll call it the far southeast, I'll say. So Dave and Ryan, did Weta Digital do these visual effects?
Yeah,
Because this came out in 2001, so it's right around the first Lord of the Rings. So I was just wondering, did they outsource to Weta?
I think they were
the
busy.
visual effects
Yeah.
are just- you drink that.
I'm pretty sure they were busy, and it shows.
I'm just buzzing everyone.
All right, so wait, let's fill everybody in. So Jason and David Cronenberg, director of The Fly and The Dead Zone and Eastern Promises and whatever. David Cronenberg
Scanners.
is a doctor, and he's trying to preserve Jason and others into cryogenic freezing. By the way, this film is a great endorsement for cryogenic freezing because it clearly works. The weird thing is in the future when they're surprised that it worked. That's the weird thing for me, but I'm on the negative side, so you can't buzz me for that.
No, I
But they're
can't.
literally like, oh my God, it worked. And it's like, I hope it's worked. Obviously, it's worked. Anyway, so they're trying to freeze Jason and some other people. They're trying to do some experiments. Maybe they think it's going to be profitable. And obviously it goes wrong. But then Jason and this very attractive woman, they both get frozen and discovered 450 years later, get brought back, et cetera, et cetera. As you can imagine, the first thing she says when she's brought back to life, surprised to nobody, is, where is he? Because for 450 years in a coma, the first thing she thinks when she wakes up is not where am I? It's where is he? Jason. So anyway, we wake up on this spaceship and then it literally becomes, it actually almost feels more like The Cube. Did you ever see that movie, The Cube?
Oh, yeah, we've
Lost
seen
in a
The Cube.
Rubik's Cube type room.
Yeah.
That's part of my list.
Most
Yeah.
underrated movie ever.
So yeah, it has this feeling. There's like 9 people stuck on this cube. Half of them are trying to bone while there's a serial killer running around. but basically they want to turn
Jeff,
it
you
into a
go
zoo.
first.
It's so beautiful, though.
Where
It's so
where
beautiful.
Jason, he's a notorious killer that everybody knows because he's killed 200 people. They want to make money off of him, so that is why they're trying to keep him alive, which is funny because he can't die. So there's your conundrum. And even though I love this movie's shit.
You said you love that movie.
Yeah, I didn't feel anything negative about that, but yeah.
Yeah.
So in light of the affirmative, Jim Isaac is the director of it. He was a creature effects guy who being in space, it ties it to, he worked on Return of the Jedi. So this is really well connected. Todd Farmer was also the writer of the brilliant Nick Cage vehicle, Drive Angry.
Yeah.
So
Tom
and he
Atkins
kind of
is
based
in
this on Aliens. So this couldn't
Yeah,
not
they
work. This was-
totally based this on Aliens. I think this is
Yeah.
also the first time digital effects were used in cooperation with the gore effects.
yeah.
Really?
Was it?
It was.
Do it. Keep going. Yeah.
that. Really?
Yeah.
I was trying to build my case there, but yeah.
Go.
Yeah. Hold on.
So,
We're building a legitimate case here.
Yeah, about the legitimacy. Jim Isaac's worked on Return of the Jedi, guys. This is brilliant. This is totally
That is
brilliant.
genius. How did you find that fact? That's good for our case. Keep going.
I went back.
I'm sensing an affection here.
There's so much affection. They basically said we need to tie over this series until Freddy vs. Jason because that's going to happen, but it's in development hell. So what do? Let's go really, really out there. Let's do exactly the opposite of what has really made this series. And guys, statistically, this is the most profitable Friday the 13th.
It is. Yeah.
In the series. So they tied it to things like the Grendel is the name of the ship, which is the beast from Beowulf. No reason, but guys, like when you were quoting things like
No reason. No reason. Nothing about this has anything to do with Beowulf. Nothing about.
When you were
So-
quoting,
I mean,
Grendel.
Jason could be technically
Brian drink.
Grendel. I mean, come on.
Do you know the Odyssey was once a book? Like,
when you were quoting Beowulf. Keep going, right? That's okay.
So yeah, to do, but also because it's almost election time, we have to talk about unemployment and jobs. This gave well over.
Ryan, drink.
That's why this movie was made. No, hold on, wait. This is a political movie. Keep going.
If you go and watch the making of this film, everyone who is involved in this film felt like they
It's
were
now
making
unemployed.
fucking is never worked again.
this was the highlight of their career. IMDb
It really
says
was.
this is it.
Also, this movie was the feeder movie for the cast of Mutant X, Andromeda, and Stargate Atlantis.
Yes.
So it really, it really trained up some quality actors to really facilitate some of the best TV shows of the first 10 years of
Sci-fi
our
world.
of the 2000s. Sorry, I'm laughing at myself.
Don't laugh. Keep going.
Also, in more recent times, this film has really just inspired some incredible works like Bloodshot. The nanotech ants, even though the comic probably existed well before, the nanotech ants regenerating and upgrading a hero is, you've seen it in Bloodshot. In pop culture, the Star-Lord costumes were in Guardians of the Galaxy were directly inspired by the field trip students who come back to Earth 400 years later and discover a base that wasn't destroyed in whatever world-ending event that happened.
Okay, did you do a whole dissertation on this? What the hell is
Yeah,
going
yeah.
on right now?
Jesus Christ!
Dave said that this needed to be a fucking debate about the affirmative of this film, so I
Yeah, he's come out swinging.
My
He's come
partner
out
is
swinging.
killing it. Yeah,
my last point here is the nephew or son of Sean Cunningham, who is one of the godfathers of lots of these films. You'll notice his name on one of the pieces of space debris. But let's take a step back. Space debris. They showed how much shit we leave in the just the inner rim.
It's something we
outside
need to
our
talk
planet.
about.
It's
Yeah.
a political
This is
drama.
not a waste management movie. This is not a waste
This is an
management
issue
movie. Get the
movie.
fuck out of here.
Gravity,
The guy,
gravity would
the
not
doctor
waste
in this
management
movie,
movie.
the doctor in this movie's name is Dieter. This movie takes place 450 future. The name Dieter should have been retired. They didn't know how to age this movie. His name is Dieter. That name is done.
shit.
Don't talk to me about space debris. Get out of here.
Come on.
And obviously, they were more progressive with their sexual education because there is a softcore porn in the middle of this movie.
Yeah.
It is.
Wait, the VR one or the real one?
Take your pick because
The VR one. Would you want to smoke some pot or have some premarital sex?
sex.
Okay, that was
VR.
funny.
That is
That was them
callback.
taking
That was
a
a
shot.
straight-up throwback.
That was them taking a shot at everything that
Sorry.
the horror movies had set up beforehand. So yeah,
I do want to point out, and a literal affirmative to this is it has two of the best kills in the Jason series ever.
the first one.
It
Yeah.
has about
Thank
6 of the
you.
best kills.
face
Yeah.
salad.
All right, so
is the-
I think Ryan.
Marcus,
and I
you
will
need a
agree-
drink for supporting that statement.
of course I'm gonna.
I think Ryan and I will agree. The first kill where he pushes her head into what is probably nitra,
It's
something.
a freezy thing. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
something
It's a
freezy.
A freezy thing.
And then smashes her fucking head. That was fucking awesome, dude. That was a
Brilliant.
sweet first kill. Or
He takes
not
her
the
frozen
first kill.
head.
Okay, John, I gotta buzz you there because that's actually been disproved by MythBusters. That is
Has it?
not actually physically possible.
But I did it to
Not
a banana
yet.
in biology class.
Yeah, this is
In 400
2455.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do anything in those. And also, I also
Just
love the
because
kill where
they
the guy
don't know-
gets thrown on the drill and he starts spinning around and falls
Oh,
to the fucking bottom.
I'm so glad you brought that up, Marcus.
Marcus, you said something positive. You are buzzed.
Screw, he's screwed.
The foreshadowing of that drill is brilliant. If
I
you
love
go back
this
and watch it
fucking movie.
now, because there's no
I wrote
reason
notes.
for that drill, but they show in one
It's just
scene.
sitting there. It's
There's
just
a guy
sitting there.
angle grinding on the drill just to be like, yeah, this has purpose, and we're gonna use this later. So yeah, I'm just gonna
Also-
this shit now.
What about the stoner
Also,
character
I wrote-
that does that? That just like
Azrael, yeah.
he
What was that?
gets
Yeah.
his arm cut off only to show that they can regenerate things, and
Yeah.
then sets up the whole hologram room only to be killed off for no other fucking reason but to be there for that.
So
I
debate
think
one.
they
Dave.
also
I think everybody loves this film.
They
I
also
fucking love
wait.
this
They
film.
This is the
They also-
anti-Grease
this is how
2.
they-
Marcus, you buzzed.
but they set up the screw kill. So basically, someone falls on top of a screw, and then the body goes down like it kind of goes like this. So the body, literally, of the corpse. So it's like, you know, the beam is coming out like here through the stomach, and then the person like literally corkscrews down. The actual setup is you scream like a girl, screw you, you wish. To which I wrote the note, I guess humor hasn't evolved very much in 450 years. But little did I know, when they set this up, they were really just using cheap 1980s horror film tropes to set up later what happened to whatever his name was. He's screwed. Because not only is he dead, but he went screwed down. I think that was cheap. I love the movie, but I actually pushed back on that particular
Yeah,
point.
drink. You can't love this movie.
Wait,
Yep.
I'm negative though. No, I'm negative. Oh, I
yeah,
said I
you
love
said
the
you
movie.
love the movie.
You said
Yeah.
you love this movie. One of my favorite lines is when that The head of their defense department is ripped. That guy is in good shape.
Brodsky is
He's done a few
badass.
push-ups, and they wanted you to know it. They wanted you to know that everyone in the future is really hot and really in shape.
Really
They
hot.
said that this guy is really strong. The doctor says this guy's really strong, and then you see the ants working on him. The ants clear off, and there's a over-the-top shot of this guy's body, which is just cut, chiseled, absolutely cut to pieces. When this man dies, he says one of my favorite lines in the whole movie. He doesn't die; he gets stabbed. It's gonna take more than a poke in the ribs to put this dog down. And then Jason stabs him again. He says,
"That'll do it.
That'll do it."
John loves this movie.
That's not even my favorite kill.
Wait.
It's my favorite kill is
Wait.
the sucked into space through a grate. And sadly, they don't show it.
Oh, yeah.
When he punches the hole in the ship and she gets sucked into space through the grate, and they just kind of show the remains kind of hanging there. It was like, come on, guys, you could just go for the R rating. Just show it. Just show it.
What about the pilot? What about the pilot that they decided to not do, but it looks like Jason just like skinned the guy alive?
Wait, how was he on that ship though? How did that? Yeah.
Yeah, no,
they got Randy Quaid from Independence Day to pilot this.
Dude, that actually.
Are you sure?
What's his name?
Okay,
exactly
all right.
What it is.
Let's go for the negative. Marcus, what did you hate about this film?
Yeah, get in here because I know you love this film. You're gonna get wasted right now. What do you hate about this film, Marcus? Why does this film suck so much?
Oh, you guys are fucking
Tell us why
evil.
you hate it so much.
You hate it so
like
good.
Film.
You hate it so good.
You know, look, Jason X is a part fucking 10. It's a fucking part 10. And not only is it a part 10, it's a part 10 in space. It's like they went from fucking Manhattan to shape-shifting to fucking space. And for a space film, it's not, it could have been 10 times worse. It could have been Leprechaun 4, but it's not. It's Jason X. And like, let's be real, this film, from the score, from the opening shot, from like the military man being like, we're taking Jason. Why? We're gonna take a military orders you don't need to know. Blah 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 blah. And it's like, and then like she's like dainty and like not doing anything and can't even tack him and like tricks him. And midway through the fucking film, she all of a sudden she like turns into like Sigourney Weaver with a shotgun and plasma rifle, and it's just like, wait, when the fuck did you become a badass?
Yeah, okay, yeah. The ninja robot is when they lost me. To be honest.
Oh, come on! The ninja
come
robot's fucking
on!
awesome.
You were just waiting.
Buzz yourself.
Oh,
Buzz
wait,
yourself.
I have something.
Because that's what's so awesome about this movie. You're waiting for the robot to kick ass, and she does it. Jeff, what do you hate about this movie?
Here, I'll tell you. First things first about the robot. That robot. Wait, hold on. There's a very, very attractive female robot. Here's what I'm saying. The robot explains to a guy. Now, this is important now. Here we are in November, almost November 1st, 2020. Also, we fall back, so don't you try to go to bed early, film fans.
Are we about to get
We're about to
canceled?
fall back. No.
I'm just going to stop you for a second. David Knight is making some really obscure like posts here. Like we've got liquid nitrogen and sorry, Mr. President. I'm not sure what happened there. David, we need some more information.
Uncle Dave, can we add you to we've been talking about what we've been drinking. Do you mind going ahead and just pumping into the chat there? What have you been drinking?
Well, we get the liquid nitrogen, but what is the I'm sorry, Mr. President?
Oh, liquid nitrogen was the sorry, Mr. President. I guess we made some anti-Trump comments. I don't know. It's very possible. John's a poll worker. It doesn't matter. Here we go. Guys, the robot, here we are in a pandemic. The robot convinces a guy, I call him Cocky Guy because I don't remember his name, and he got really cocky when he walks into Jason and goes, "Hey, Jason, oh my God, it's so crazy seeing you." And then she comes, like, I have a feeling the military didn't train him. But anyway,
she didn't come.
The robot convinces him, or he convinces the robot that making out increases their odds of survival. Now, if anybody here can explain to me how making out increases your odds of survival in space, sign me up for space.
Actually,
sign me up.
That's been proven.
Great.
Sorry,
advert.
That's been
It's
proven
an
in Serenity. That was
yeah.
precedent was set in Serenity later, where she was like, "Oh, you mean to say?" And he's like, "I mean to say." And she's like, "Screw this, I'm gonna live." So yeah, it does increase your chances of survival.
Did you just say it was proven later.
Yes.
Yeah, no, he said it's proven in
Yes.
Serenity.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take that because that is a positive about this film. This is a comment on artificial intelligence. That is a sci-fi trope that they owned. She became more alive when she was shown love. Jeff, you know.
When her body got taken off, when her body was taken off, and it was just the head, and the guy was carrying it around. What do you think he was thinking about?
I'm gonna fuck that USB.
Yeah, you're boss, Jeff. Yeah.
This movie, guys.
Why does he save her head?
It tells you.
Because she is more than her body, Jeff. She is her brain. She is the
thoughts and emotions.
I can't.
But bang your androids, guys, because the probability of living goes up like 50%.
Whoa. Half the people watching are family members.
That's what I learned. You should fuck every robot you can.
Guys, half the people watching are my family. We can't do this.
If Joaquin Phoenix,
John got
at the beginning when he's like, they like make a joke about them fucking her, and he's literally just like, and like it cuts to him, and he's like, she's like, and like her tits are out. And then all of a sudden, the fake nips just fall off, and you're like, "Oh, he's trying to put fake nips on there." And she goes, "No, I wanted them to be real." And he's like, "I like you the way you are." It's like,
what a brilliant way of heightening the realism of the struggles of artificial intelligence. Thank you for
shut up, John. Also, no, John, you know you watched this for free on USA. You know that scene was cut out. You know you didn't see the nipple falling off.
I paid $2.99 to watch this movie on streaming.
I also did.
He also missed an opportunity. Like if he's using metal
I didn't see
nipples,
the scene.
Did you not?
didn't see the scene?
It's the best scene in the world.
Jeff,
He
did
used
you miss
metal.
the entire? There is a softcore porn segue about 35 minutes into this movie where every member of the crew starts fucking.
Yeah.
It's weird.
That's
dude.
fair. That's fair.
Everybody
Weird in a
listening
brilliant
is
way.
a
It's weird.
family
They
member of
pretty
mine.
much behave like they're at a campground at Crystal Lake.
You've got to trigger Jason somehow. That's
Oh my
we
God.
we got to give
Guys,
it up when he is
Uncle
beating
Dave
those
said,
sleeping
"Sorry,
dads.
Mr. President" is a line from
brilliant.
Independence Day, which is spoken.
Yes.
God, how did we possibly miss that?
That
was
guy.
because we
Let's
saw
buzz,
the sequel
Dave,
and it ruined
buzz
it.
all of us for not catching that. We totally, everybody fucking drink.
I just want to go back to banging your androids because Therese brought it up.
What?
If
What did Therese say?
Joaquin Phoenix had banged his lightning port in her, it could have been a whole
His
different
lightning port?
I got Ryan drink.
You got the Thunderbolt connection.
He already had
Thunderbolt
that,
to USB.
He already had
banging.
he already had
It was
that.
almost in real time.
He already had that
Glad
beer in his
to
mouth
slow
when I
it
hit
down.
that buzzer.
All right.
my God.
If anybody's listening right now, they don't understand what this movie is about at all.
It
They have
doesn't
no
matter.
idea.
No one does.
It doesn't
Isn't-
matter because
at one
Jason
point,
is
does
Does
lost
this
in
movie
space.
have a plot? Does it really need to have a plot? Like, it's Jason fucking X. It's part 10 in space. And
Yeah,
Alien,
it's Jason
that's
in
it.
space.
That's
It-
all you need to
It's like
know,
the
dude.
it's like the Expanse with the machete.
yeah. If anyone
Smoke a
goes into
joint
this
and
film,
go in and watch this movie.
Yeah. If
Oh,
anyone
it's
goes
brilliant.
into this film expecting to be A, scared, B, like, like see something serious, or C, just not see something goofy, fun, and entertaining with awesome kills, I don't know what the fuck you were thinking. Like
That sounds pretty positive. Mark.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
thinking you're gonna have to drink
All
for
about
that.
the kills.
Can we-
See, I
can
was
we-
trying to reverse it. Wait, aren't you
can't-
on
you
my
can't, though.
team? Wait, who's on
You
my
can't
team?
do that.
Can
And
we
I
talk
respect-
about Arnold Schwarzenegger Voorhees or Jason Voorhees for a second here? The Super Shredder. This was
Uber
like
Jason.
Uber Jason. The nano ants just do a number on him. And if you see Kane Hodder in the makeup without the mask on, he looks like he's got cornrows, but cornrows out of skin. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's the most amazing thing ever.
It's fucking awesome. I also love that before, when he was regular Jason, she had to cut the mask off.
Yeah.
I really love
Yes.
that
Yeah.
detail.
Okay,
That it's not-
That's
okay.
also because of
The
Jason
question I'll
Goes to
pose to
Hell.
you. The question I'll pose to you at this point, like everybody goes off and they're all having like sex all over the ship, and that's when Jason wakes up. And at the point that the one of the women reaches a climax, Jason sits up straight. I'm like, is his resurrection powered by orgasms?
I mean, honestly, that's what's so funny about this movie is that it was so self-aware
Yeah.
that all those things we were trying. I had a
It's so
serious
meta.
question for Marcus early in this podcast about
What?
is that one of the tropes of horror movies, like sex and sexploitation and stuff? And this movie knew exactly what the fuck it was doing.
Yeah.
We were waiting for these people to, for no reason at all, depart to their private quarters and start fucking the shit out of each other so that Jason would be conjured. We knew he was dead, until people started fucking. And then the climax is with that scene where those girls are at Crystal Lake in the hologram. And they're just being ridiculous and naked. And it cuts back to him and he's beating them to death in sleeping bags. What more do you want, dude?
Why is he beating them to death in sleeping?
It's a throwback to part 7.
It's a throwback to part 7, yeah. Which is one of the best kills in the series.
7.
Yeah.
God, that is so good.
He was using one dummy in a sleeping bag and hitting another dummy in a sleeping bag. Also, that was honestly, in VR.
Yeah,
that they weren't even real in the first place.
Man, that VR was fucking great.
So honestly, I gotta be honest with you. If I'm being real,
Marcus, that's for you.
I think Ryan and I are crushing this debate.
Yes.
Anything negative to say about this movie? I mean,
I think the negative is losing at this point. Okay, so let me just bring up one thing.
Everyone loves this movie.
The ending is funny. The ending is really funny. Like they crash out.
He's coming after us.
They're like cramming it down through the atmosphere. Like there's fire going everywhere. These people stand up at the lake and they go, "Look at that, a shooting star." And my first thought is, "Oh yeah, they're dead. They're dead."
No, I mean,
and then 12 years later,
saga.
12 years later, Sandra Bullock steals your fucking ending. It's like, stop losing
Gravity.
Stop leaving your fucking house, Sandra.
Oh, I never saw Gravity. Spoilers.
Spoilers. Now it's over, dude. You can't see it now. Yeah,
I also
started
too late.
Yeah, because Sandra Bullock immediately lands, gets out of a spacecraft, and comes and cuts up some fucking campers. Yeah, great. Yeah,
uncut ending of Gravity.
weird thing.
Space movie trope, though. Space movie trope when they're just like, what do we do? How do we get out of the situation? Blow up the bridge. Done. And that's it. Like, I'm sorry. Apollo 13 spent 30 minutes trying to build a fucking cardboard fort. And here we are. It's like, how do we get out of this? Blow up the bridge. Boom. Done. Baby, we got ourselves an exit plan. Come on. Also, put an assistant in there. Why is there one person bringing somebody back to life with her back turned? Just give it get somebody else in there.
Fuck.
Marcus, you're buzzed.
Oh, what? That wasn't positive. It was making fun of. Fuck it.
This movie is brilliant. This movie is brilliant because it follows. It ups the ante for the original Roger Corman rule that anyone can die. Was that Roger Corman or I'm misquoting?
That was Roger Corman.
All right. So if anyone can die, then
everyone can die.
Then anything can happen. When that bridge explodes and they finally blow the ship, and Brodsky is on the ship with Jason when it explodes into a tumult of fire. Jason spits at the camera. He is coming right toward the ship, and Brodsky comes from the right at a 90-degree angle, which means he got in front of him.
That's why it's called a broadside.
Used his jet propulsion system. Anything can happen. Every single trope you are looking for in a horror movie exists in this horror movie.
Yeah.
If you want to laugh and have fun and joke about the horror movie and be drunk and get high and have just like too much fun watching something really stupid but also brilliant because it's so stupid, this is it.
I'm glad you brought it up. On a scale of 1 to 10, how baked should you be to see this film?
Ooh.
Guys, I live in Japan. It's not even possible to get baked and watch something. You should not get baked and watch this film. It's brilliant.
Okay,
the only negative I have.
I watch it in the morning.
Final scene.
I watched it about an hour before.
This is how you woke up.
You just watched this.
Yeah, I just rewatched it. I can't even fucking say it. Whatever. You know what I mean.
Kurt Hodder has his own paranormal Hollywood ghost hunters show.
Hodder.
Come on, that is Kane Hodder.
Kurt Hodder works at Walmart.
What are you going to say?
Jeff, you're it.
Ryan,
I was going to say,
drink your whatever you're drinking up and Narragansett.
It's funny. It's a good segue. Kurt Hodder directed the last scene. Kurt Hodder. I don't know. I'm just going with it.
Okay, Ryan.
Sorry. The sightlines in the final scene. Fuck you. They're like...
It hasn't been a show until someone's told me to get fucked.
The shooting star going down here. They're looking up here, and then he lands in the lake, and they're like, "He landed in the lake. He clearly landed like in
halfway around the world, dude.
Halfway around the world." Like, look, there's no splash. There's no ripple in the lake.
That's both of you. That's a negative.
That's brilliant.
Oh my god! Cheers to
that shit. Fuck,
cheers to
man.
that. Thank you, sir. We
because Crystal Lake is everywhere. That's brilliant. Crystal Lake is every lake. Dave.
Yeah, Crystal Lake Research Facility as well is a brilliant idea.
Guys, we got to wrap it up. Final arguments or final questions.
Well, I have a question. Sorry. Did
Go,
anybody
Ryan.
was anybody super confused but super impressed? Like I was of the opening credits. It's like someone made the opening.
I
credits.
wrote that I didn't like the opening title scroll.
Oh, see, I thought it was just incredible, but I was like, what does this have to do with this film? Why are they doctors? Who are they working on? Is this Jason? Like, they spent their effects budget on the opening credits.
Yeah,
I didn't realize she was frozen. I was like,
Ryan,
what's
that's for
going on
you.
here?
I'm not gonna lie, it kind of threw me back. It made me think about like Nightmare and these other films that we've been watching. Like, because most movies don't show credits in before the movie starts anymore, especially in the 2000s. Yeah. This was made in the 2000s, so I thought that they were telling us how to watch this movie.
Yeah, and this for real does not.
Like, this is going to be one of those.
It doesn't end. It doesn't end up where it started. Like the entire opening is a fucking misdirect. Almost.
Oh yeah, no.
I mean, Dave, the lighting in that laboratory where he's hanging. I'm gonna drink. My God, that's awful. Like, the lighting in that.
Yeah. Or how about the costume design and the guy that's like a 20th century pirate? You know what I mean? The guy that is like wearing a bandana, and he's like, in one scene, they cut to him and he's just holding a head and he puts it aside and they don't explain it at all. He's just holding a head and he's like,
yeah. And
he's like, you know what he is?
Anything.
You know Newman from how Newman's in Jurassic Park? Like Newman, like, what's the password? What's the password? He's that guy for this, and for some reason he's holding a head as if he's gonna like put a computer virus in this man's dead head. Anyway, Ryan, Dave Knight has said Japanese have started making some very good whiskeys. Do you have any shout outs for a Japanese whiskey you want to close this fucking movie with?
Sure, yeah. I mean, it's super cheap over here. Suntory is like a national whiskey brand, and it's I don't drink it, so I'm just going.
Is it like our fucking Jack Daniels? Is it like our cheap whiskey over there? Is it like your Foster's beer in Australia?
Foster's.
Okay, that's for mentioning Foster's.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like a cheap beer in Australia, right?
It's not even
Marcus,
a beer
did
in
you just say
Australia.
what's wrong with Foster's?
Is that what Suntory whiskey is like in Japan?
No, Suntory whiskey is everywhere. Suntory is everywhere. forget
What's
whiskey.
that for? What is that for?
No, that was for Marcus. That was for Marcus.
See, if you ever come to Japan, you got to get on the the chuhais, not high chews. Chuhais. That's like literally like there's grape, or they do different flavors all through the year. But it's like it's the most delicious drink. It's like almost like soft drink, but it gets you smashed. And they just don't release it in any other country. The chuhais are the shit. Nice. Whiskey, everybody loves.
It's like a hard soft drink. There's alcohol in it.
It comes in like cans like this, but they have the normal and the strong. The strong. I had like 3 strong chuhais, and I had like heart palpitations.
We don't have to keep talking about Japanese whiskey, guys.
Okay, yeah. We're a movie podcast.
Really took a detour. So
we
if you drink a lot of Japanese whiskey,
we need to hand this over to the beer
Jason
Avengers.
Yeah, if you ask them the question.
Everybody else. I wonder how, what is it, Santori? I wonder how it tastes at 11:30 in the morning, you alcoholic. Okay, so guys, we have to wrap this up. It's been a 2.5 hour podcast. Our fans, even though it is fall back, we're falling back. We have to let everybody say goodnight.
I feel like we've come down on the side of
Jason
X is a good movie.
It's a brilliant movie.
I think it's just
ridiculously
watch
brilliant.
it in a group. I would highly recommend watching it with a friend.
Yeah,
get ready to laugh.
Smoke some weed, drink some booze,
and if you
realize it is taking a piss on itself.
If you're a director or a producer out there, you need to employ these actors. I know, like Lisa Doig was Talia al Ghul in Arrow.
She's done like she's a sci-fi staple, dude. She's been in everything.
Yeah,
dude. Amanda Brugel is in *Handmaid's Tale*. And she's like she gets a throat slit, and no one really cares about her in this one.
Well,
I care.
Well,
I care deeply.
we have to wrap it up. Our guest hosts Marcus and Ryan, thank you so much for joining us.